It is 6:15 in Douala. Thanks and welcome to join me, Kejang Henry at Timbe for the news. We begin with our top stories. Succumbs to teachers' demands, orders for rapid solutions to the worries of teachers. President Paul Biya has instructed for immediate measures to arrest the crisis. Meantime, government spokesperson Rene Manuel Sadi is by now granting a press conference in Yaoundé on the prevailing situation. At the phone of Isu and wife killed in the northwest of Cameroon, the traditional ruler is a victim of the protracted farmer-grazer conflict that has claimed hundreds of lives in the conflict-ridden northwest regions of Cameroon. Those were our top stories. We are bringing you development in a split second.
Canal International. Canal International.
And welcome back. You can hook up with us on our social media platform, Canal International on Facebook, as well as on our YouTube platform. Now we begin from the northwest region of the country, where an armed attack along the Way-Isu road axis in Menchum division of the northwest region of Cameroon actually costed the life of the traditional ruler of Isu yesterday. And one of the queen's mother also died in the attack, while the other is presently receiving treatment while in a critical state in a hospital in
of Isu village yesterday, Wednesday, on his way from neighboring Way village for the enthronement ceremony of the new traditional ruler of that village. Reports say his vehicle was attacked by some armed Mbororo men who also killed one of the two wives traveling with Fonkum Acho Abed, injuring the other wife. Local authorities are presently afoot struggling to grapple with the situation to avoid spillover effects, one of which could reignite the age-old farmer-grazier conflict, as Menchum division also hosts a large Mbororo community, predominantly cattle rearers.
Stephanie Chin for that report. Well, we're talking about the Fungom subdivision in the Menchum division of the northwest region of the country. At last, the government has succumbed to the demands of striking teachers, as the President of the Republic has instructed for quick solutions to the problems of the teachers. Now, in the following report, we take a look at government's concessions, while at the same time equally expecting the teachers to save their children. Details in the following report. At first glance, the government disbursed 2.7 billion CFA francs, but it did not jettison the teachers to return to classrooms. Instead, the resentment grew and the teachers stood their grounds, rejecting the 2.7 billion, saying it is a disrespect to their person. The striking teachers need more than money. They need dignity and respect. And it came to pass that the head of state has re-instructed the Prime Minister, head of government, to look for a rapid solution to the teachers' problems. On the financial side, the Minister of Finance has been instructed to begin payments of accrued salary arrears beginning March 2022, not leaving out housing allowances and the progressive payment of advancements and reclassification bonuses. On the administrative side, the President has instructed for appropriate measures to be taken to prepare the files of teachers before they leave training institutions. Care should also be taken for the integration files to be systematically forwarded to the decentralized or centralized administration for treatment and for the simplification of integration procedures. But above all, to seek for lasting solutions through concerted social dialogue with teachers' unions. Whether or not the teachers' demands will be met 100%, the strike action has created a sense of cohesion and renewed pride for the teachers, considered the most important resource in any country. And now it is time for the teachers who are very respectful and morally upright to equally concede in a win-win bargain to save the children. And we just swing straight to Yaoundé, where Hyacinth Chia is standing by at the Ministry of Communication, where government spokesperson René Emmanuel Sadi is already granting a press conference. Hyacinth, good day, good evening, welcome. What is the situation like in Yaoundé?
Welcome to the Ministry of Communication, where we are standing directly in front of the conference room where the press conference this evening is supposed to be taking place. A press conference to be granted by the Minister of Communication and his colleague of the Ministry of Public Service and Administrative Reforms, Joseph Lee. And alongside them is a representative from the Ministry of Finance. And we all know on the agenda this evening is the issue of the digital strike action that has been going on within the country for over 3 weeks. And of course, the press conference that was supposed to start at 3 p.m. up to this time, we are getting signals that the minister is on his way coming. And the bad side of it is that the syndicate leaders who were here to partake in the press conference have already left the premises of the Ministry of Communication.
On the problems of the teachers, and of course would probably move deeply into what the head of state has given us instruction for the problems to be solved immediately. And we move over to the South region. This time it's very, very sad one. Another death has been recorded at the banks of the Atlantic Ocean. Around a 17-year-old boy is reported to be the lone child of a physically challenged parent, was swept by the wild waves of the Atlantic Ocean. He drowned, as you report, Saleh Sherifa.
A 17-year-old boy has drowned at the banks of the Atlantic Ocean in Cliquez, the south region of Cameroon, on March 10, 2022. The victim was reported to have been sent on an errand by his father to get some drugs and never returned. His body was found inert this morning by the banks of the ocean. So they had to get here very early in the morning, around 5 a.m., and found him in between those stones over there. He had a pair of shorts on him, but unfortunately came out naked. The teenager, a lower seat student of the government bilingual high school Cliquez, is the lone child of his physically displaced father, who is in deep depression. I had put all my hope on him, all my hope. I am very depressed. Still ignorant of the cause of this death, a call for vigilance continued to be launched towards the population, as this has added to the long list of deaths by drowning at the banks of the Atlantic Ocean.
Very unfortunate there. Afro descendants have expressed their readiness to work with local communities in the domains of business, agriculture, education, and other sectors for sustainable development. The returnees from the US of A and other countries have challenged the government to make sure they create an enabling environment that can permit for them to invest and encourage others to equally return home, as they see, as we hear in the following report, courtesy Hyacinth Chia.
It is 1 year since he returned home from the United States of America to live the comfort of motherland and contribute to the development of the African continent and Cameroon in particular.
It's a great thing to be here. I'm glad that I did come. There's so much opportunity available here, not just for those that are coming to invest, but also for Cameroonians, also for local businesses. And we come together and unite as a people. And as businesses, what we can do, there's no limit to what we can accomplish.
His wish is to have all his brothers and sisters, Afro-descendants, return to their roots with investment initiatives, as he urges the government to create an enabling environment.
The initiatives that I'm trying to put together now is working with the government to make it easy, the paperwork to be registered, to get things ready to where we can actually come and we can integrate and we can work together to make Cameroon a great place.
In a press conference this March 10th in Yaoundé, Okema Returned International announced an upcoming convention in April this year between Cameroon economic multi-sectoral actors and Maryland geared towards promoting new investment opportunities.
Cameroon and the other countries will present the investment opportunity, and they will also present the relocation plans for those of the Afro descendants who want to come back home, who want to come to Africa.
A platform to link Afro descendants with local development actors for the benefits of the population. It was also an occasion this day to challenge the media to join the advocacy to enable many African descendants to come back to fatherland, embrace the realities of their origin, and foster sustainable development.
Thanks, Hyacinth Chair. We now talk something on health. Women have been told to make sure that they give their health a priority in order to prevent certain diseases and to curb stress that comes with age. Medical doctors from the Manipal Hospital in India have actually cautioned women to adjust their lifestyle, as we report Maureen D.
I'm sure many of you ladies, doctors, and also the in the audience found yourselves isolated many times in settings that disregarded you as a capable individual because you are a female.
A woman is a backbone of the family. She's always busy and focused on taking care of the family throughout the day. But it is unfortunate that she tends to ignore her own health. They are expected to strike a work-life balance with other responsibility. But in that process, they tend to neglect their health problems, and these can give rise to complications in the future. In an online video conference organized by Manipal Hospital in India on the sidelines of the International Women's Day, medics cautioned the women to take care of their health at every stage of their life, from regular health problems to severe problems.
Seeing that women entrepreneurs do a pep smear every year, and seriously, and I really, truly, I'm telling you the truth.
The most common cancer in the world is in women, and that's a breast cancer, followed by cervical cancer, which is very sad.
Placed under the theme Circle of Care, Women's Health, journalists, women, association members, and people from around the world joined the March 7th session.
But I must broadly say that considering that about half the population is women in any society.
Different specialists representing Manipal Group Hospital took time in different exposés, exposing problems, diseases, and the stress women go through on a daily basis.
So fortunately, we are going to have World Kidney Day on 10th of March. So coming 10th of March. So this year we have the theme of kidney disease prevention for all.
The online video conference attracted hundreds of women across the globe. Should be noted, Manipal Hospital believes that every woman deserves to live a healthy and happy life.
Well, the multitudes of Nigerians have turned to traditional herbal therapies to save their lives and, of course, for basic needs, as living costs of basic necessities have skyrocketed, with the prices of food shooting through the roof as the economy of the country is taking a plunge. Details with Stephanie Chain.
The most common measure of medication in Nigeria of late is a resort to traditional herbal treatments. This, according to Abubakar Khalid, a herbalist in Kano's Yakasai area, is as a result of inflation. The number of people coming to us is by far higher than before. The number has increased fourfold because every day we tend to people from varying social backgrounds who come to us for remedies. We can say the number of people has increased and people now appreciate herbal remedies more than before. Other reasons have been advanced for the population's sudden interest in herbal medication. The reason why people resort to herbal remedies is because of the economic squeeze that affects everybody. Medication is expensive, and sometimes people do not get relief after buying medication and keep having to go back to the hospital. This is why you find herbal remedies on sale at every corner. Why the patronization?
So what we are seeing currently happening, where some people, a significant number of them, are patronizing herbal preparations for the illnesses that they have been afflicted with, can be viewed from two perspectives. First, there are proximal causes to that. There are also distal causes to this kind of phenomenon that we are witnessing.
With hospitals in Nigeria where medical treatment can be administered and illness is cured, one would think that this is more than enough, but it is not the case.
If we look at it, first we can see it as a failure of the health system, because Nigeria is one of the countries.
The population of Kano, Nigeria, thus sought the need for the government to address the problem of inflation in order to enable them pay bills with ease.
And the heavy rains these days in Yaoundé, Cameroon's political capital, is a big threat to the local population. And of course, they stand the chances of being contaminated with waterborne diseases. Now, this is the concern of Beatrice Ngamo as she went down to the Biama District Hospital to find out on the measures that can be used to prevent, especially as people drink bad water and, of course, eat bad food along the streets. Beatrice.
Waterborne diseases are caused by microorganisms in untreated and contaminated water. The heavy downpour these days, transporters and transmitters of diseases and waste that contaminates especially fruits and vegetables. The disease can be spread while drinking water, eating food exposed to contaminated water, or washing and bathing with such water. For preventive measures, we went to the Biamasi District Hospital in Yaoundé. The medical doctor insists on the need to practice good personal hygiene.
Il faut un accès à l'eau potable qui sera nécessaire pour laver les aliments.
Access to potable water to enable us properly wash the food we eat, wash our hands before and after meals like toilets. We should equally clean our environment as the return of the rains carries waste and stools. We should ensure a good storage to contain excrement.
Avec de contenir les sels pour qu'ils ne contaminent pas l'eau.
The easy target are children, who most often ends up in hospital like here with either stomach, skin, ear, respiratory or eye problems. Vigilance on the part of parents imperative.
Déjà de faire un paquet minimum à donner à l'enfant pour aller à l'école.
They should prepare the minimum packs for the children to take to school and also tell them not to buy food not controlled. That is to say, their fruits and hands should be properly washed before eating.
Habituelle, dont il faudrait laver correctement les mains et les fruits avant la consommation.
With cholera cases around, it is high time to take personal hygienic practices seriously, like cholera, is polio, and hepatitis A and E to watch out for.
Thanks, Beatrice Ngamo, reporting there from Yaoundé. And with the scarcity of fish and, of course, the increasing price in the markets, many Cameroonians are now switching to chicken as an alternative protein source. Now, the demand for chicken is steadily on the rise. Unfortunately, supply cannot meet up with the demand. The World Bank, which has assisted the poultry sector, is already making an assessment of the project. Ambo Gladys Dibangna reports.
Cameroon is still unable to meet the growing demand of chicken, and according to the Food and Agricultural Organization, Cameroon needs 4 times the quantity it currently produces to meet demand. In this poultry, for example, there is never a day that goes by without huge orders from retailers and supermarkets. The demand has increased lately as the price of fish has skyrocketed.
The sector
is very buoyant. The demand is on the increase. We are all witnessing fish scarcity in the market, and the only alternative is chicken, which can compensate the needed protein. To help increase chicken production, the World Bank financially assisted some poultry farmers through the livestock development projects. Experts are therefore on the field to make an assessment of these activities. It is a key sector for Cameroon's economy. The country's restructuring program needs a dynamism of import substitution. A country like Cameroon have important needs, and so the poultry sector can play an important role.
Et donc la filière avicole peut jouer pleinement son rôle.
The livestock development projects, however, plays a critical role in the development of the poultry sector.
On ne finance pas que des coopératives.
We don't finance only cooperatives. We equally or generally finance farmers' organizations such as common initiative groups, cooperatives and associations.
Voilà. Pourvu que ils réunissent les membres.
The livestock project is expected to end by January 2023.
And that report there by Ambo Gladys brings us to the end of this news. I've been Kejang Henria Timbe, thanking you for having been there with us. And of course, news in the French language will come your way at 7:50 with Aloysius Lenkanga. From all of us, it's goodbye from me.